page and share it. Hello, I'm Felicia Vereen, always known as Fee.
Hey, Fee, and I'm your girl, Sharita 3, better known as Fred.
And we are Inspire Her, the Total Woman podcast, all about uplifting you.
Yes.
Because friends, face it, you are awesome.
We'll be chatting up about topics we love to talk about. All the things we as women must juggle every day and the ish we complain about. But who's listening? Girl,
we'll chat about the struggle, the job, and about him. You know who we talking about.
Girl.
That boo, husband, boyfriend, ex, whatever you calling them today. Our lovely hellions, kids.
Our angels. But seriously, friends, life happens, and we don't always get a chance to talk about it. We take it on the chin and we keep it moving.
Because that's what we were told to do.
Yep.
But here on Inspire Her, the Total Woman podcast with Red and Fee, we are the friends you love to hang out with. We are here to inspire her, the Total Woman.
Yeah. Well, hey.
I'm super excited. We are back.
Where you been?
Girl. Life and I told you a long time ago, listen, this new Fee, just let things happen. You upset? It's all right. We good. Keep moving. I am peaceful Fee now.
Yes. It's been a lot going on. I feel like we haven't been back since December.
It was December. We took a break. We can't take breaks like that anymore.
No.
Listen, guys, we needed this break because we had life was lifing. Okay. So, we kept saying we're going to come back and then something might have happened, schedule, whatever. But we are back and we got some good stuff planned. We're going to let y'all come and travel with us.
Yeah, we got to go somewhere warm, preferably.
And we're going and y'all can listen. We're going to go live or you can come with us, but you'll be hearing about that a little bit later.
Yes, but tonight we have a special guest here.
We
are so excited, and the thing is, we got some things in common with her.
Yes,
so in and introduce her. Hello, Miss Roz.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hey. So, Miss Roselyn, is an author, like our good sis Fee, an author. So R.C. Brown is what she prefers to go by. I like that. Is a wife, mother, daughter, and human resource manager. In 2022, she wrote her first nonfiction book. That means it's more to come, right? Entitled Full Circle, to chronicle her life, her marriage, her divorce, and remarriage to her husband. That sounds familiar, Fee.
I said nothing.
She was inspired by what she had gone through and wanted to inspire others. Forgiveness is a powerful thing and can change your life for the better if you are open to it. That's an amen and hallelujah.
Amen.
She's working on releasing another book by the summer. Due to her love for helping and inspiring others, she is in the process of launching a nonprofit organization called Pathways to Purpose. That's awesome. Because she wants to help people, especially young adults, with the transition and career services. I love it. Let's give it up for Miss.
Hello, Miss Roz.
How are you?
I'm good.
Like I told you before, I feel like I already know you because I think he's online, but I talked to Ernest, and he's saying a must read. I talked to Ernest Barnes, and he told me a lot about you, to include how long you got, and I don't know what Sharita doing right now.
I'm trying to highlight her.
You gotta pick her box.
Click her box.
But so then she got rid of us.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna let you do it. Y'all can see Fee is the one that's
I don't know what she doing right now. But yeah, so he told me a lot about you, and he also told me that it was 17 years.
It was actually about 18 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys have been separate. I mean, have been divorced, and
Yeah.
then
We're not on speaking terms at all. Like I still talk to his mom periodically, but the two of us really were not on speaking terms because I didn't want to be on speaking terms.
okay.
We both were in, long-term relationships that didn't work out. And so one day he just messaged me out of the blue. And it just happened to be a day I was willing to communicate and have a conversation.
Yeah.
So that's how it started. And we have been talking ever since.
Oh wow.
In April of 2019.
So get into this because I need to hear
You
this.
want to know.
I mean, listen.
Where do you want me to start?
From the beginning, girl.
From the beginning.
Okay. So I met him in 1992, August. Just around the neighborhood. We became friends. I had a crush on him from the start, but I was kind of shy, so I didn't really tell people that I liked them. I just hoped they would guess by my actions, but he didn't pick up on those signals. But about 6 years later in 98, one of my friends called me because he was in town and he wanted to see me. And we both were in the military on different coasts. So I was kind of surprised that he wanted to see me because it had been so long. But I came home to visit and we met up and I felt like I was 14 again because that's how old I was when I met him.
Right.
And then I was 20 at that time. So he decided that he wanted to pursue a relationship with me. So the 14-year-old girl with the crush was like, oh, okay. So he finally paying attention. I was happy about it. So I knew it was going to be difficult because we were both in the military and we both were on, he was in California and I was in New Jersey. So that was already going to be challenging. But, I was up for the challenge. So that was in August. It seemed like August was our month. That happened in August of 98. And then 4 months later, we came home to visit and he proposed. And I'm like, okay. I was nervous because I am not one that likes attention. So it was in front of like most of his family on Christmas Day. So that was like, okay. I feel like I wanted to fall into the sofa because I was embarrassed, but it was a good time, but I was just so nervous. So you know how most women can probably recall what was said to them when they were proposed to. I have no idea what he said because I went blank kind of. So it was like he was just sitting there talking, but I didn't hear anything. So it was a long distance relationship for about almost 2 years, like a year and a half. So we got married in August 2000 because I'm keeping with the theme. Like we meet in August, we got together in August. Hey, we might as well get married in August. So I got out of the Air Force the end of July. We got married that August, and he had to go back to San Diego. I did not want to move to San Diego, but hindsight 2020, I probably should have. But things kind of took a turn January of 2001. And that's where the bad part happened. And we ended up separating, but we didn't get a divorce until 2003. But we are not on speaking terms at all. So, and I chronicle it in the book. Like there's times where I would see him at different places and would like go the other way because I didn't want to like talk to him at all. And then in April of 2019, I get this message like, oh, he still got feelings for me and he want to actually talk. Okay. At first, I'm like, what do he want? But I'm like, no, it's cool. You can call me later. And he called me the same night. And literally, we have not stopped talking. And we got remarried on what would have been our 20th wedding anniversary in 2020.
Wow. So you speak of forgiveness. What were some of the things you had to forgive him for?
Infidelity played a role in our breakup. So I was hurt because I just felt like, okay, did I waste time? Here we are. I'm trying to be in this long distance relationship, and then this happens. It was a lot of, for me, humiliation, but I also didn't want to talk to him about it. So, of course, at 22, 23 years old, I'm like, he wrong. I don't have to talk about it. I don't want to deal with him. We'll never address it. We didn't really address it until 2019.
Was he
So
willing
when I
to
was
hear?
open to listen, because what I may be open to in my 40s, I was not trying to hear in my 20s.
Yeah.
So it took growth and then owning my part of what happened, because had I moved like I should have, then the infidelity would not have occurred. But I was not ready to own that in my 20s. But I could own it in my 40s. Like, yeah, you know what? I wasn't all the way right. And, I was kind of attached to my parents because I already been away from home myself. So I definitely had to own my part. And that just take growth and time.
Absolutely.
Right. I mean, but San Diego, I mean, why
Yeah.
not?
Because I had been in the military as a veteran, and I looked at being a veteran spouse so much differently, because you're by yourself, especially with him being in the Navy. I felt like I was going to be spending a lot of time by myself. And I didn't want that. And it's easier as the veteran because you're the one that's going to work and you're meeting people. But as a spouse, I saw how other veteran spouses had a hard time with that adjustment. And I just really didn't want to do it.
Right.
Not saying I was right, but I really didn't want to do it.
So when you all came back together, like if it's personal, say mind your business. But what did he text you that made you say, "Oh, okay"?
That he was still in love, and that for the most part, he knew I wouldn't forget what he did, but he just really wanted forgiveness and wanted to be heard out, because he felt like he never had a chance for me to hear his side.
Right.
And so I'm like, you know what? And it's so funny because the night before I got that message, I had told my mom, I was like, you know what? I think we just need to have a conversation. And I don't know, it was out the blue because he kept appearing in my dreams for some reason.
Wow.
And so when I told my mom that, and then the next day I get the text, I'm like, okay, that was weird, but all right, fine.
Manifested that thing.
Right? I'm like, okay. So I mean, it was just a good conversation. It lasted for like a couple of hours because we had so much to catch up on, and just to learn that we were going through similar journeys at the same time during our breakup. So it was just funny. This is how we handled the breakup, being in long-term relationships. We have children, but we don't have any children together. So it was just, we had gone through so many similar situations. So to be back together, it just worked. Like all the conversations at first, how you first be in love. I want to talk to him all the time. Next conversation about 5-6 hours. Like we ain't even got that much to say, but we did because we hadn't even talked in so long. It just felt like no time had passed, and it was good conversation. It was conversation need to be had, but I was just too immature to have it. I wasn't ready.
So it's almost like you guys were soulmates, but the first time it was just not the right timing.
It was not the right time.
Everything. I'm learning that timing is definitely everything.
It is.
Right.
It is.
And Red and I both, which is crazy. This is so crazy. Red and I both. Now, Red, she's separated. She didn't get a divorce.
Twice.
They separated twice. They ended up back together, and they're doing good.
Okay.
We got a divorce. We didn't speak for a while, and now we're dating again.
How's it going?
It's going good. Like it's going good. There's certain things that in the past I didn't say anything about how I was feeling or what was going on until it just all boiled up and just kablooey. Now I kind of say, hey, it's I kind of remind him and say, hey, this is feeling like it was before. Let's do something. Let's try to fix this because, to be honest, he's the person I feel most comfortable with. Like you can be crazy with him. You can, you can do. I don't have any inhibitions with him. Like nothing that he doesn't know about me.
Right.
Like, dude, like this is special, and so he is a communicator when he wants to be. Like you, I had to open myself up to hearing him. So
Very interesting, Shanita.
Yeah.
it's very interesting that we all have come full circle.
Yes, yes, we have. We have. And communication is so important. And I didn't realize the way that I don't like to deal with confrontation. I don't like to say what's on my mind was more of a hindrance. And it's so funny because guys that I dated after him, I would give chance after chance after chance. And I'm like the one person who deserved the second chance. It was like pulling teeth to get me to give him one. But these other people who didn't deserve 5 minutes of my time, I would just keep on. Well, maybe it'll be different. No, it was awful.
But it comes with
Oh, I need to stop.
maturity. That comes with growth and maturity also. How does he
Mm-hmm.
feel about you writing this book? What did he
Huh?
say? How does he feel about you writing this book? And
Honestly, we were supposed to write it together. But
oh,
then his work schedule was so hectic. And I always sometimes I want to do things and then I punk out. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. And then I was like, you know what, I am gonna do it. And I just decided to just go for it. He was fine with it because we felt like if it was inspirational for us as we were walking through it, you never know who else can be inspired by your story. Sometimes you think, you're the only person dealing with certain things, but that's not the case. And we just wanted to inspire other people. You can't always listen to the noise because at first I was scared to tell my family and my friends that I was dating him again because
right,
the breakup was just that bad. And I didn't want to hear, well, why you with him and why you want to be? No, I didn't want to hear none of that. So I just had to tune out the noise. But everybody was very supportive because they knew that I was okay. And that was the biggest part of it. Just knowing that I was okay.
right,
And he was so worth the second chance. Like we are total opposites. And I think that's what make us work because we are complements. Like do not have the same strengths and weaknesses at all. So
right.
we fit like a puzzle.
Okay, well, let's listen to her. She like the biggest cheerleader. Now I hear you, girl. She said, "I got my man back.
man.
My thing is back."
Yes, and what you
He
said
is that.
was key. You had to realize the part that you played in it
I
because
did.
somebody may have was the straw that broke the camel's back. It was some other things that were precipitating factors to
Yes.
how it all ended. So that's great that you were able to recognize. Because sometimes it's hard for us to recognize what we
Oh
could
yeah.
have differently. And we always, my point of view, my perspective, this
Yes.
is how I feel.
Yes.
And sometimes we don't always take in consideration how the other person feels, especially when
Absolutely.
they do something like cheating. Like you can say all day, well, at the end of the day, you shouldn't cheat it. At the end of the day, you shouldn't
Right.
cheat. But there still were things that led up to maybe make
Mhm.
you feel that way.
Absolutely. And you don't want to be the villain in the story for the
Right.
most part.
Absolutely
And it
not.
was so easy to make him the villain and not worry about the role that I played. No,
Yeah,
he was just wrong. I don't have to talk to him. He's just wrong.
right.
The end.
Yeah, write that off.
Yeah, that was
Mhm.
a time ago though. Well,
So, so if you have a like people that are listening, I'm not sure what Shanita is trying to say. She said, "I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're trying to say." So just let us know. And we any questions you have, we will put them on the screen, and that way Roslyn can answer them. But for any of those who are listening, help us understand. Because listen, I'm still learning. Help us understand the steps that we should take. Like what were the steps you took? I don't know if you're like me. I have that voice inside my head that talks to me, whether I want to listen or not. So she's like, Felicia, you need to do this and that and this. So like what are some of the steps that you took after you stayed up all night long and y'all fell asleep on the phone? Because I know you did. Um
you hang up, no, you hang up on three hang up.
or we wake up in the phone and y'all somebody snoring.
Look, you sleep.
No, I ain't sleep you all. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Let me see. The steps that I first had to take was a little self accountability. But then
Mhm.
after that, music played a humongous role in getting us back together because we both have a love for R&B.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
And
we can,
so it was a lot of songs being played on some of these conversations.
So let me what song did you send to him? Because I know you got a song that you sent specifically for him to make
It's not about the song I sent to him. It's about the song he sent to me.
Okay. Well, what was
He was thinking, he was
okay.
contemplating. He was
And the song that he sent to me was Shame by Tyrese. And I think that's the one that got me.
Shame on me. That's a nice song. That's
Yeah,
like
that's the one that got me.
should have played it. We probably should have
begging to get
played
his
it.
woman back. Yes,
Yeah.
that's the song. He sang.
Yes.
Oh, that was sweet.
So
Yeah.
it was just a lot of music because sometimes music can tell you speak the words for you if you pick the right song.
I was getting ready to
Absolutely.
And a lot of the music spoke to my heart. And I could really understand how he felt and how hurt he was that he didn't get the chance to have that closure with me earlier.
and
But
So
I said at some point, maybe it wasn't meant for us to be together earlier. So maybe it's okay
true. How
that
many
you
kids
didn't.
did you guys going to have? Did you get married again or no? You just had kids.
No, both of us just had kids with other people. He had one before we got married. So she was in our first wedding.
Okay.
I have a daughter that's a few years younger than her. And then he has two kids that are 14 and 11. So, and that was like the perfect blend, to be honest. They hit it off from the very beginning.
well, that's good.
So it
They,
was a really easy blend.
and then y'all story was so amazing.
Thank you. Yes, it was. I am blessed. And I feel like together we have done so many things. We, got another house and just were able, he helps me take care of my mom. So it's like he was just really a blessing, to be honest. He really was. He was exactly what I needed.
Oh,
Yeah, that is. Look, I am so happy for you because it
Thank
is
you.
oftentimes people get married at a young age and then they figure out they weren't meant to be with each other.
Mhm.
And you all were meant to be. And listen, time time heals all.
It does.
And the fact that you all were able to get back together meant, I mean, probably meant the world to him. Because men, the one thing I'm learning is that, as women, we feel like we're the ones that need the shelter and need somebody to be there for us and want
Mhm.
somebody to love us and be there when we're sad, be there when
Mhm.
we're happy, spend time with. Men feel the same exact way. They
They
love
do.
having that woman that they can count on no matter what, that knows when they go through, that woman is gonna be there to say, baby, we got it. You
yeah.
okay?
Yep. That you're exactly right. And with my daughter being at an age where she's dating, one thing he asked my daughter was, what does this guy do for you? Like,
Mm,
just what does he do for you? And she really couldn't say, and
mm.
he really couldn't say. And he's like, the one thing your mom does for me is she provides me with the support that I need.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And so when he asked me what he does for me, I said, you allow me to take off the cape because I am
Oh,
so used to having to do everything myself that I didn't know how to relinquish the cape. I didn't want to because I
Girl,
didn't want to give somebody else that much control.
we sitting here like triplets because
y'all speaking, you speaking from the heart, girl. You are listen. Just you know, um,
we
and I
just
don't know if you felt like this, but people want to tag you with, "Oh, you are alpha woman." I am because I had to be.
that part.
Exactly. Not because you don't, not because you want to be.
I
Mm-mm-mm.
don't want to be. You know, I am
Mm-mm.
good. And some people say, "Oh, Felicia, you think so, but I don't think you can handle that." Oh, yes, yes, I can. I can handle sitting back. As long as you are leading me in the right direction, and as long as you are
That's
God fearing,
exactly,
if you're not God
exactly right.
fearing, you're about to lead me nowhere.
No, we
You're
not
not gonna lead me to hell. No, I don't want to go there. But if
I,
you lead me properly, then I will follow you.
I
And
will
I don't mind submission if you are a good leader. And he proves to me if he says, if I say I have it, I have it. Don't doubt me. And then if I say I don't have it, I'm gonna tell you I don't. But if I say I do, just let me do it. And I'm like, okay.
but
right.
that is as honest and as genuine and as transparent as I need. Because if you can't do it, say you can't do it. If you got
Yeah.
it, say you got it. Don't I'm trying to the last minute, and then you
Mhm.
disappoint because you tried
Right.
up to the last minute. We
Right.
actually did a podcast a while ago called "Superwoman Take That Cape Off" because so
Child.
many of us are wearing that cape because we
It's
had to, not because
exhausting.
we want to. It's very exhausting,
It
and
is.
Mhm.
just
And
in that alpha female like we. But no, I'm not an alpha female. I'm just doing what I got to do,
That's
taking care.
it.
tired. It's
That's
like,
it.
It's
know,
exhausting.
she hear me roar, yeah, but I'm tired of roaring.
Yeah, she's sleepy. She don't want to roar all the time.
She
I
want to
don't
let
want to roar. I want to purr. I want to and be like, you got it, okay.
And
It's
then
like
we can rest in our femininity when we're not
Yes,
having it masculine.
absolutely,
yes.
Mhm.
absolutely, and
And I'm actually grateful to his mom too because she really taught him very well as far as the things that he knows how to cook, he knows how to sew, he cleans. So because she's
Wow.
raised him to be, you don't depend on a woman to do these things for you. So I'm kind of a little bit spoiled. I'm not gonna lie, because sometimes like, oh, you want me to cook something? Ooh, okay. But
you mean
I
Okay.
try sometimes.
She said she
okay,
tries sometimes.
I have to.
Rosin, tell us
Yeah.
about Pathway to Purpose. How did that come about? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, being a human resource professional for a long time, I just see how things are shifting in the workforce and the expectations that people come into the workforce having, especially that young adult age group. And what I've noticed is their expectations are higher than I think the reality of the workforce is. For instance, they go to college and it's like, oh, when I graduate, I want this much money and I want to be able to do this, and this. And it's like, okay, but you're coming here with no experience
Hmm.
and you want this employer to give you everything on your list of things that you want for you to take the training that we have to pour into you somewhere else. And I feel like the reality of starting and getting the foundation first has gone out the window. Everybody wants all the money right now.
Yes.
And so I just want to not burst their bubble, but just really give them a sense of reality. And then I want to understand their mindset because college is expensive. So everybody does not have to go to college. If you're not sure if you want to go, then take some classes at community college so you decide what you really want to do. So
Right.
I just want to understand the mindset of the people entering the workforce today based on, what I do at work. So I want to provide them with the assistance and just know that, yeah, there are services centers at colleges or high school teaches you certain things, but it doesn't always prepare you for that next step. And I want to be that buffer for the next step.
Okay.
Love it.
Well, that
Okay.
sounds good because, yeah, a lot of kids think they're gonna come out of college making six figures, but no, it don't work like that.
Not
It
at all.
It does not.
does not work like that. You want this car and you want this and no.
Well,
And be mindful of what you major in college. Did you research it? Did you pick that because of how much money it makes? Or did
mm,
you pick it because it's something you really want to do? Because I see a lot of people that, oh, I want to be a nurse, but the bedside manner is a little trash, and you can't be a nurse when you're acting like this. You need to be
I
something else.
like her.
You know?
looking
Like,
at the money. I don't like kids, but I want to be a teacher. All
Yeah,
right.
don't do that.
well, I
Don't
can
do that.
say I did. I was in business, but
Mm-hmm,
I looked down the list. I was like, because I went to school for business administration at
mm-hmm,
first, my freshman year. And I said, well, let me see what's paying the most. What I said, accounting. So
mm-hmm.
I changed my major to accounting. And I think the difference in me was that I am a numbers person and I was into business. So it wasn't much of a change for me.
Mm,
Now
Mm-hmm.
I like to talk to people. So I know a little bit more about myself. And I'm like, well, maybe I should have went into something where I can, talk with like more like what Sharita does, like talk
Mm-hmm.
to people.
I can't do what you do because I still count on my fingers. Mm-mm.
I
Yeah,
mean, we all change our mind. Because I wanted to be a pharmacist when I graduated from high school, but then I went to the Air Force and I worked more in the office setting. And then my job kind of changed into IT in the Air Force. But then when I went to college for it, I'm like, I don't really think I like this. 'Cause I really like people and I like people interaction. And I think IT would have bored me. So a
Mhm.
girl was talking about human resources in the elevator at school. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a good major. Let me just switch to that. And it just worked. So 21 years later, here I am. Started
Wow.
as a receptionist.
What else do you need to do to start the foundation? Is it already established or is
Yes,
something?
I established it through the SEC. Now I'm just trying to determine a board, but I want to be very strategic about who's on this board
Yeah.
and the things that the people that I choose, just being strategic and selective because it's something that's very, very important to me. But I want to build it up slowly. I don't want to just throw something out there because I wanted to have this thing called Let's Just Talk About It, where it would be kind of like seminars, but not so formal to where young adults would be like, oh, this is so boring, but just
Right.
a really candid conversation. Like, why do you think this way? I just really am so curious about their minds.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds good. Look, my daughter's in college right now. Let me know where I can sign her up.
Mine too.
She wants to be a sports agent, and I'm like, okay, all right. Are you willing to do the
That's
work
good.
that you need to do
Mhm.
to get to that point? And she seems like she's willing to do it. So,
Good.
but
So where do they live? When you're a sports agent, did she like research where those people live and like how do you get into that field?
we're doing a lot of research on people who are already in the field and
Mhm.
who she can talk to. So we're trying to work on
Oh, good.
her a mentor. Um,
That's good. And that's important too.
yeah,
And
yeah.
volunteer work counts as experience. So they need to know that as well. Like you can go to school for 4 years. If you can't get an internship, then do some volunteer work. Experience is experience.
Mm. She's working an internship with Kennesaw State where she goes to
Oh,
school,
good.
working in the
Good.
sports department.
So for
She,
somebody that want to switch a career, do you have any tips for that? Like Fee said, she may be in doing something now and she may want to do something different because as we get older, our interests change.
Yes, they do. I would say if you find somebody that's in that career that you're looking for, just to get an inside scoop of what that career is like. And yes, it can be different in different sectors, but just get an inside source on what it's like just in case you don't. It may not be for you because sometimes something may look like something a certain way from the outside looking in, but talking to somebody that actually has experience in it, they may can give you more feedback and you can figure out if that's better suited for you.
Okay.
yeah, yeah, because Red may be able to tell me, girl, I don't know if you want to be in this field. These people, you know,
And my daughter wants to be a child therapist.
Wow. Okay.
okay.
Hmm.
And you would have me mentor her. So it makes
I
sense.
would. I sure would.
But one of my sons need a job,
What does he do?
customer service. I'm trying to get him to be like a teller. I think he would be a good teller, like in a
Well,
bank.
DMV is always hiring. That's where I work.
DMV, and he said, "I don't want to work at DMV." I'm like, "You better work at DMV."
Better start out where you can, baby.
That's
Hey,
right.
you never know. We just adjusted some salaries at the DMV so he can move up. He don't have to stay at the counter forever.
All right,
Stepping stone.
I'm going to send them to you.
You better call her.
Okay.
You better call her.
Not you, Rodney. The other one. I actually
Listen,
didn't.
look, y'all getting 2 for 1. Y'all getting advice on how to make that full circle, how to circle the block, and on your job
Exactly.
and how to change jobs and how to your college kids to come into the workforce. Y'all better come on in here and get some of this good advice.
Exactly.
And don't put your picture on the resume because I don't like that.
Who
That's
puts pictures on
Start
resumes?
they do that now, and
I
I don't think
know.
that's
They start
wise at all.
These millennials or the Gen
I
Z?
don't
No,
understand.
I think that's like the format now. Like you can put your picture on there, but I feel like if this is not an entertainment thing, I don't need a headshot and I don't even know what you look like prior to, as
Right.
long as you have the skills to do the work.
Because
So I would not recommend that.
mean you're gonna get the job.
Can
It
you,
does not.
where they like they doing something else? Can you explain if there is a difference between a resume and a curricula vitae? I think it's
When
hard.
I see the curriculum vitae, it's mostly
Wow.
like in educational fields that
Mm,
I've seen because I worked at Department of Education for a while, so I saw it in that. But the resume now is so different between public and private sector, because I know a lot of times with private sector, they'll say, do your accomplishments and data and metrics. So everybody does things differently. But in the state government, they also have, oh, that's true, Ernest, have a professional address, because juicybooty69@gmail.com is not it. If you're trying to get a job, you need your first name and your last name. That's good.
Yeah.
Juicy booty. Wait a minute. Don't tell me that.
Because people sometimes will have some crazy ones, especially when it was Hotmail.
Yes.
Yes, Shanita, you're right about the benefits too.
Yes, definitely want them good state benefits.
Yes.
Government video state.
They're my fellow HR colleagues.
Well, welcome, fellow state.
Yes. Anybody need a job? You got a whole lot of HR people on here to get
what?
And some tips.
Could tag in them, especially Ernest Barnes.
Ernest will say, I'm part-time now. He don't call Ernest.
He's a career state
he is
professional. So like he was since he was 5.
Yes, and very good at it. Very good at it. All of my friends are pretty good at what they do. So we work together. We bounce things off of each other.
What's the book that's coming out in the summer that you're working on? What's the title?
The book that I'm hoping comes out this summer is called Stop Trying to Turn Red Flags Pink. And it's basically, when I was writing Full Circle, I thought about all of the different dating experiences I had in between my relationship with my husband. And so I am one of those people, oh, that's not a red flag. It may be fuchsia. It's okay. No, it's red. And be okay with it and move on.
These red flags.
It's red.
I have told my girlfriend that before. Look, stop ignoring these red flags.
Listen, it will waste your time every time, and I'm just not going to be wasting too much time. So,
yeah, I can see the adding pictures. Going back to that, then we can come back.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, Cassandra, but you're absolutely right.
Because a lot of people, they are aesthetics. They're looking at the aesthetics of a person and not the qualifications. So unless you're looking like Halle Berry or somebody, and then you still can get.
Yes, it's not necessary.
You might get the wrong person to hire you.
Exactly. So how to turn red flags pink? How many chapters is this book gonna be?
That one is about 13, and it hits on real life scenarios, because I am one of those people. I am not ashamed of what I've been through, and if anybody can just learn from it, and I try to make it humorous, it just is what it is. So I have chapters in there about communication, one called privacy versus secrecy. He's separated, she's not. So just different topics, long distance relationships. And then it ends with just knowing your worth. Because if you know who you are and know what you deserve, you're not going to keep turning those flags pink. You're just not.
And that's what
get tired.
And I listen. This podcast is called Inspire Her, the total woman. That means from head to toe. Whatever we can help out with, we're going to talk about it, research it, go find a guest, and it's no pomp and circumstance in here. We are talking from our heart. We want to help people, because growing up, it's how many of us is it? 7 of us. 7 of us that went to high school together. And a lot of times we're calling each other, we're going in the group chat, we talk about different things. And a lot of times when you get advice from people that's your same age, sometimes all of you are going through the same thing at the same time, so you can't see anything different. So you might not get the best advice. So I feel like Inspire Her, you can come in and, you might get different advice. We agree to disagree. Fred and I don't always agree. Sometimes she has to sit me down and say, Felicia, you wrong. And I'm like, well, dang, you ain't had to say it like that.
But do you want somebody to agree with you all the time? They got to call you on your stuff sometimes, even though we don't want to hear it.
I don't want no yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No. Call because you don't grow like that.
No, you're not going to grow.
And it's this podcast is just for that. Yes, do we have fun with each other? But a lot of times when she showed me this, and I talked to Ernest, and I'm like, this woman is going through what I'm going through, and she can offer me some advice.
Mhm.
You know, she really is telling me to shut my mouth up and listen.
It's hard though. It's hard. It's
Very hard.
hard.
Start telling you what you did, and it's like, but I don't see it like that.
Mm-mm. Don't do that.
You got to shut your mouth and be like,
Yeah, I did that. Yeah. Okay.
One chapter. Do you have one chapter? I thought I could change him.
I do have one about changing people. I absolutely do.
Oh,
It's called Maybe They'll Change.
yeah,
They probably won't. And I even spoke on abuse. And even though I've never been in a physically abusive relationship, we don't really think about the psychological abuse and the mental abuse that relationships can sometimes take you through.
mhm.
And those punches sometimes hurt worse because they don't heal as fast. I'll say that.
You don't heal through them as fast, and then
Hmm.
it's like when the other person doesn't want to hear you,
Hmm.
and you're still dealing with that pain. It's that hurts even more. Like I
It
can't be
does. It does. And it seems like your feelings are just ignored. Once
right.
they feel better, then you're supposed to feel better too. And it doesn't work that way all the time.
right, or tell you to get over it. That was in the
Uh-huh.
Oh, I do
so
not like. Don't be telling me to get over it.
even
Yeah,
in the
no, don't do that to me.
You're
Mm-mm.
entitled to your feelings and to feel how you want to feel,
Yep.
right, absolutely.
or as long as you want to feel that way.
Exactly.
I may not get it. Why she still mad over something that way? That's her feelings.
It
Hey,
is.
it is what it is.
Just try to understand. And in time, they'll get past it. But you have to give people time and space.
Yep.
That's it. Time and
And
space,
space.
Mhm.
and that's what y'all had. Y'all had the
That
time
is what we had.
and the
Time and
space,
space.
and a
She
lot of
wants to
times,
win
and
the vote.
I know I did this.
Okay, come on, caramel curly nurse practitioner. All
Yes.
right.
You sit there and you're on a date with somebody else. Like, my ex-husband has spoiled me very much so. I don't open car doors.
Hmm.
I don't open doors. I don't, and he's a policeman, so when we go out to eat, he has to sit facing a door so that if something happens, he ready to. So I
Yep.
know I don't sit in that seat.
Hmm.
Sit over here. So when I went out with other people, I mean, one guy, I'm still sitting in the car. He halfway to the rest. And he's like, "You gonna get out the car?" And I'm like, "But you ain't open the door. I can't get out." No, I'm seriously still sitting in the car because I'm waiting for you to open my door.
And he at the table eating.
Ordering his second course.
Even order. I guess maybe she went to the bathroom or something. She coming.
So, and I'm sitting there like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. You can't even show me the chivalry that I need. Like, you can't open my door for me.
Yeah,
Girl,
it's rough out here in these dating streets. I tell you that. Rough.
It's like our young people got it bad, and then our middle-aged people got it bad
Yes.
as far
Yes.
as dating and trying to find that person.
And another chapter that I have in the book that I have coming out, it's called Great Expectations, because sometimes we can put a list on something. They got to have this, they got to do that, they got to do that. But how much are we willing to compromise on that list? Because you might miss out on something good that you don't know is something good for you because your list is
and
so
are
long
you?
and you're not willing to compromise.
How many of those things on that list are you?
Exactly. That's a good question because my husband always say, women, y'all have this list, but can you even do these things for yourself? And y'all have all these expectations for men. If you can't do it for yourself, why I got to do it for you? And this is like, oh, well, I
Figure,
don't like when he
I
called me out. He do that a lot. He called me out a whole lot. And I don't like that
had a
sometimes.
list.
but
I,
that's
I,
good.
I
I
had a list, honey.
read
I had a list.
he got to be tall, chocolate, and bald. That's her
I
list.
my list.
Read this.
My list was you had to be over 6 foot something.
Ask her how tall her husband is.
You needed to be dark chocolate.
Ask her how tall her husband is.
You need to be slim, trim,
Is he 6 feet or is he 5'6"? What is your husband?
he about a 5'9",
Oh, yeah,
and
he didn't.
brown skin, and he's not muscular. I mean, he's got muscles under there, but but he's the sweetest.
He is so
thing
sweet.
ever.
He's a really good
Oh
guy.
my gosh!
Well, I only have one thing, and that was just, can you take care of yourself? Because if I don't want to take care of anybody, so if you can take care of yourself, then I'm fine with everything else. I can work with everything else. I just don't want to take care of a grown man that don't have any ambition or want anything for himself. So
Absolutely.
that was really the only thing I wanted.
But I had to throw that list. When my friends would look at me like,
I don't think Jesus is available.
So
Jesus. I don't think Jesus is.
I had to throw that list away a long time ago and realize that person that this was created for might have walked
fictitious character.
on water because he ain't on this earth. And it take your friends to laugh at you and say stuff about you to get you to realize that
Me too.
I'm laughing at her comment.
My husband is 5. I thought he was 5'8". He told me 5'6". I'm like, geez, I think he's 5'7".
Well, my husband is over 6 feet, so yay. I tried a short person, didn't work out. Too insecure, I couldn't do it.
He had a
short man syndrome. It was a lot. No, he was just insecure all around, but the height didn't help.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I am dating we both dating younger men.
They're younger.
Okay. Yeah,
they are younger.
How is that?
In the past, it had cause for concern. After we separated, he went off and had to do some. I believe he had to go off and do some things for himself. And once he did those things for himself, and he felt better, because he really came into a ready-made life.
Okay.
He had the good job, the house, the kid, everything. So once he went off, I believe once he went off and did some things for himself and accomplished, he was he already had his career, but he had to accomplish some other things for himself. And now, he's running things. I'm like, okay, all right. You want me to do okay? You want me to do that? Okay. I'm not questioning it.
Yeah, I was listening to Cynthia on the Housewives, and she was saying that the older guys, the guys her age, they want.
I saw that.
And the younger men want the older women. Yeah, which is true.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Now I ain't gonna be nobody's sugar mama now.
Oh no.
I don't buy men. No, but I think they want women that are more nurturing.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Any mama and daddy issue chapters? I'm just giving you some books right
You know what? I did not put that in that one.
Mommy and daddy issues.
I didn't experience that one. To be honest, but I did have write a chapter about dating with children. Now I would say, because we already had kids when we came into our relationship, my daughter is the one that told me it was okay to get married, because that was very important to me. Because I had to think about, I'm not in a relationship with just me and this person. This affects my child too. Right. So if my child is not comfortable, then I'm not going to be comfortable. So a lot of times, when you're in love and you think that person is the one, but if your child's spirit is not settled, you really need to take that into consideration, because it's their life that's changed as well. And that is a miserable feeling like you're in a tug of war, because I've been there and it's a lot. So when she was comfortable, I knew it was a safe place. And that made me happy. And she's been calling him dad since the day we got married.
Wow. That's
our daughters, your kids and my daughter, My daughter definitely thinks of Romel as her dad.
My daughter thinks of Dante as her dad too. So yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you have daughters, you really have to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Hmm. Which
Definitely.
is fun too, but those daughters, because they watching you and they watching how you navigate things. And when I was thinking about who I was going to dedicate that particular book to, it was to her and anybody her age. Like you don't have to deal with certain things, even at a young adult age. If you see that it's not right, just don't waste your time on a whole bunch of mess.
Right. Right.
Don't pass them.
And even at our age, you-
No, yeah, we definitely not taking the mess.
some women think, I don't know, there's nothing else out there. I just well settle for what I got. And then you settle for somebody that doesn't treat you right. No, you don't have to do that.
You know, and I was about to do that before I got back with my husband because the person that I was dating did not want to be married and said it a lot. And me thinking, oh, well, if I love him enough or if I stick back, maybe he'll change his mind. And he didn't. And I'm so grateful that he did not change his mind. I'm so grateful.
That's
I've
what
just realized
he said.
that no is God's protection over me. That's
Yeah.
how I look at no from now on. Because it
Yes.
would not have been okay.
Yeah, because
That's
we
not a
think we
door
can
you
change
should have
their
opened.
minds.
Yeah.
We cannot change their mind. They tell you you better
Mm-mm.
believe them.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I could be a forever girlfriend. I'm like, I really can't. I don't want that. I don't want to be a forever girlfriend.
I
So
think I
I
was
just had to
made
let
to
it go.
be married. I don't because I don't live with men. So I
Mhm.
don't
Mm,
I'm
mm-mm.
not I don't live with a man if I'm not married to him.
Me either.
For me to live with you, I need to be married to you. And I do want a live in. I want to be with my person all the time. So that means that I'm made for marriage,
Yeah,
you know?
I feel the same way.
That about myself.
Hey, Jet Set with Cinnamon. I need
Oh, hey.
that.
No is God's protection. Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
No. And it's okay to say no and walk away. And it's okay if you were really into the person and that's the person you need to say no to.
Mhm.
It's
Mm,
okay to say no. And then
it
go
is.
you it's okay for you to cry about it. Do what you need to do
Mhm.
to get that out of your spirit and
Yep.
then move on. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
because it's not saying that you didn't love that person, but maybe that's not your
It just
person.
was not your person, and that is okay. It's
And
okay. But
it
I
really,
have a tendency to put other people's feelings before my own and kind
mm,
of adjust around others. And that's something I had to stop because it's like I'm sitting over here miserable. They're okay. And that's who's winning.
Yep.
mm.
So no, I need to be the one that's winning, and I need to be happy with me.
Yep.
What
And
did
it took me a while to get there.
what did
Said
Ernest say about shacking up?
Ernest, we ain't
All
gonna
right.
What does that say?
make up.
It's about shacking up, but what's the first part?
We're shacking up.
Is that a yes or no to shacking up? I don't know.
I don't
Ernest,
know, OBJ. I don't know what that means.
we don't understand your sign language.
No, we don't.
And we not shacking up.
This ain't the
Nah.
shack up crew over here. Well, listen, are there any other questions that you guys want to ask her while we have her on here? And then we want her to give us like her summary or what she wants to leave us with, some thoughts. What's coming up next?
Well, I will say I'll be a vendor at the African American Book Festival on May 3rd at Diversity Richmond from
Okay.
11 to 4.
Okay.
So I have some books there, and it's also available on Amazon. I changed the cover, actually. I don't know if you can see it, but I changed the cover. It was something else. But then as you learn more about the book game, it's like, no, I want to change the cover. This one is a little bit more catchy.
Mhm.
But just the one thing I'll just leave you with is just forgiveness. They always say it's not for the other person, it's for you. And I really believe that because once I actually softened my heart and really listened it worked out for the better for me. And you just got to tune out the noise. You can't worry about what nobody else is going to feel, because that is your life and it's your decision. And you have to make those decisions for yourself.
Yeah.
People can have opinions, people can have advice, but your decision is your decision. And stand in it and just and move forward with it. And it's blessed me, and I'm grateful.
Absolutely. Listen, those are words to live by, especially when somebody has gone through a situation that you've gone through and has come out on the other end happy and still in love. I
Yeah.
applaud you, just like Caramel.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I applaud.
Caramel's been my friend since I was 11. So she's been with me through this journey a long time. And Jet Set with Cinnamon, that's my other bestie. They've both been with me on this journey. So they know.
Well,
They were witnesses to a lot of it.
kudos to her for holding for holding you down, or for them holding you.
Yes, I appreciate them so much. They are the best.
You need your friends. You
You
need
definitely
your
do.
friends.
Yes.
Becky said, when we were dating, both my husband and I limited our willingness to shack up 1 year only.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you had a plan basically. Now we're not gonna shack up for a long time, a year, and then we're gonna go ahead and do what we gotta do.
I mean, listen,
It's
to
just understanding why not. I
whatever
mean,
you want to do. I was talking about me. I don't
mhm.
do that for myself. But I think some people have told me the reason, why they do is because you don't know what you're getting into when you're living with somebody. I'm
Mhm.
willing to take that. I mean, I'm not saying I don't spend the night over, but
Right.
I'm willing to take that risk, and I think my risk did pretty well. My ex is not um he's not a axe murderer or anything like that. Um, and so I think I did pretty good with that.
So
So,
Felicia, is your ex gonna be your next, or are we just still in the dating phase?
well, we're in the dating phase, but
Okay.
we both have pretty much put that expectation out there, and so
Okay.
I'm just waiting.
Enjoy the dating phase.
I
It's
am
fun to get to know a person again, especially for me. It's like it's been a long time since we dated.
I
Right.
It was kind of fun. I enjoyed it.
am going to see May 2nd. We're going to see Cat Williams. So I'm excited because I now got to find my little outfit that I want
Oh
to wear,
yeah.
because I got to
Hmm.
Yeah.
Gotta be cute.
I want him to be like, God dang. Woo.
Yes.
You know what? Don't do that.
For real, for real.
What she said?
She said she'll never be for real. She try to be funny.
Well,
Thank
listen,
you.
y'all, we appreciate
Thank
Miss
you guys.
Marcy Brown coming on with her book. Now,
Thank you. And thank you all for your support. If you don't have it, please check it out on Amazon. Like I said, I'll be at the expo on May 3rd, so I have some on hand. And I just appreciate the support. And thank you guys for having me.
yes,
Thank
now
you. Thank
friends,
you
don't
so much,
don't leave
Tasha,
because
Toya.
she's leaving.
No,
Yes.
I want to tune in to inspire her again. Let's listen to other guests.
Yes,
So
Yes.
now I gotta put this
now
on my rotation.
going to be doing some traveling.
Hmm.
We're going to take y'all with us, but on some of these trips, we are going to open it up for people to come with us. So stay tuned for that. We were
Okay.
talking about doing some cruising and going to
Okay.
places that we've been talking about, visiting that we haven't visited. And we're gonna have we're not going to be live. That's one thing that we're going to be changing. We might be live once a month,
Okay.
maybe, but we're going to record, because a lot of times we can get to our guests quicker. We can do it on the day our guests want to do it, and then just play it. So we're gonna try to be a little bit more accommodating, because some people can't do it on Tuesday. So we felt like recording would be a little bit better.
Okay.
In the near future, we are going to finally get our deal on the radio. Hopefully, we are going to. We have one of our friends who owns a radio station out in Nashville, and he's working hard to get us on his platform. He's starting a podcasting platform on his radio station. So y'all pray for that for us. And that we get some pretty good guests. So, guys, if you got some interesting like Miss R.C. Brown here, you guys look, because that was interesting circling back after 18 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was as interesting as Miss R.C. Brown. You guys look, send us a message and we will be more than happy to bring you online.
Thank you so much.
All right, Red.
Great conversation.
Yes, I am so happy. P said it all. So we appreciate you, Roselyn. Thank you, Toya and Tasha, your cousin, for telling us about you. And then you know a mutual friend of ours. So that's just
it was meant to be. It was meant to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But thank you again, and we will say good night. Thank you for all the tuning in to see us, and we just appreciate you. It's so good to be back. It's like I'm trying to kind of get back into the groove of things because we've been gone so long, but it's so good to be back.
Yeah, and we love you guys. This is our time to have fun. Listen, there's no pomp and circumstance in here. We love to have fun. We may say some things that people don't agree with. Okay. We may say some things that you do agree with and you want to talk more about it. We are here to inspire you, like our theme is. So if it's something that you want to talk about, you want us to do some research on, bring a guest on, put it in the group. We will be more than happy to look at it. And as long as it's nothing crazy, too crazy, it's still needs to be a little inspirational. Now, that's the key. That's the key. So just stay tuned. We got some good stuff coming.
I will definitely stay tuned.
Yeah. All right, guys. We're gonna say good night.
We are here to inspire her, the total woman.
Yay.